Hey everyone, I'm Surreal Canine. It's DROD time once again. Whoops! Got water, got my bowl full of the tortilla chips. The only thing that is going to stop me from finishing level 4 tonight is the limits of my own brain. So, let's go. So we're here now. Got a couple of decoys, a couple of powder kegs. Makes you wonder what you were intended to do with decoys and powder kegs. Approximate. Hey, Noah. Alright, so first things first, let's try and figure out where exactly I should place these powder kegs. If I place one here, the explosion is going to make this shape of an area. And then I can send some decoys to do a thing, I guess. Isn't this will let me break something here. Actually, maybe it should be one higher than that. So now, what happens if I opt to do the thing? Couple of things happen, and that is enough to continue to be a thing. How do I prevent that? The salt here is delicious. Okay, so obviously I did something wrong here. I feel like I do feel like putting a keg way up here is the right call. Here specifically. Because the explosion will cover those 3 tiles. Which lets me cut into that. Question then becomes... what the heck do I do about... what do I do about the gel that's on the wall? Like, obviously it has to be cut directly. But already this explosion is not gonna... actually, hang on. Now only these 2 will get cut. That's probably a good thing. Let me demonstrate to you why. I believe that's a good thing. I can cut here. So, if I cut there, and I cut here, then I'm still left with a 2x2 block. Okay, that's not correct. Does it need to be from higher up? Like, I can't imagine... yeah, that situation doesn't help anybody because there's still... there's uncuttable gel here now. I could blow it up. But then that would require 2 powder kegs to just clear this little area, which is hardly ideal. So I do think either here or the tile above it is the right call. But I also think this is the right call. Because I definitely need to get rid of... well, the puzzle is I need to get rid of all of this gel somehow. By blowing holes in the big blob of gel and then cutting it with either Beethro's sword or the decoys. I have no idea what the deal is with the decoys yet. It's probably reasonable enough to guess that that Choco would not have given me 2 decoys if I didn't need both of them to solve the puzzle. The only thing I can think to do with a decoy that Beethro couldn't do himself is set off a powder keg remotely and keep Beethro safe from the explosion. But what would such a remote explosion do for me that I couldn't do just by smashing a powder keg with the caber? Because, yeah, if I wanted to crush a powder keg against the diagonal wall, I could just do that. So what is the point of the decoys? And what happens if I... Yeah, the explosion just can't get into the, The explosion just can't get in there at all. Now, hang on. Okay, something might have occurred to me. Oops. Well, now I gotta redo some things, but more to the point... I think I want a decoy facing down. At least one. Let's just place one for now, and we'll see what I can do with it later. Oh, check it out. If I do that, I can't actually get my sword back. That's a problem. It's actually a big problem. Okay, so none of that was correct. Let's see. If I enter from the north side, maybe I can do this better. And like, I can place powder kegs without needing the caber. It's just I can't have it if I need it if I want to set them off safely at all. So now that that's a thing. Actually, this still doesn't let me switch back to the sword, does it? I don't get it. Any ideas, Noah? Or Proxima, if you're still watching. think I have figured out that these have to be placed there and there. At least that's the thing that makes the most sense. I would love to be able to get a powder keg into this corridor, but I don't think I can. I don't see a way to make that happen. So yeah, so a decoy facing northeast or northwest and one facing southwest. Probably. And I'm correct in thinking they both have swords. Both with cabers, okay. Now that's strange, because now my thinking is, what could a decoy with a caber possibly do that Beethro couldn't? Especially considering I can only push the decoys while I have a caber. I don't know why I placed them right there. Yeah, if the decoys have cabers, then and Beethro doesn't, then the decoys are useless. I can't like push a powder keg into a caber, at least not with Beethro's body, and I can't do it at all. Wait a second. I think I might have just figured something out. Okay, let's, this keg is kind of in the way now. Whoops. Get out of here. Okay, check this out. Actually, that didn't demo anything properly. Oops. Okay, let's... No. Okay, so let's set up a thing here. Okay, you see how that only blew up 2 tiles of gel? That, I think that might be part of the solution. Or better yet... I need to move this up one. Oops. I can do it to blow up only 1 tile of gel. Whoops! I just squished myself. Way to go, me! I sure are smart. This guy is actually extremely in the way. Okay. So now, whoops. Excusing my unsolvability for a second. So now we have a situation like this, and that is great. That's exactly what I want. I just need to do it again. I need to do it several more times, actually. And the reason I need multiple decoys here is so I can do that. And now well, if I do it again, then so if I do it like that, and I'm not saying I should, I think a couple of these have to be 2 tile gaps and not 1. But anyway. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, I think this explosion needed to be 1 tile further down. I just screwed that up royally. There. Alright, let's test my theory here. Hypothesis. Yeah. That is exactly what I want. So now I just do the same thing with the third. Down 3. Actually, no. This guy should be 1 further down. Look at this madness. Alright, I think that is puzzle solved. Just kill all the monsters and leave the room. Clear, baby! Yeah, 26 minutes for that first puzzle, though. 523 moves, by the way, which is 22nd place. Excellent. Okay, one puzzle left on this floor. Let's go. It's not this one. It's this. Okay. We have an additional puzzle here of where do I start? And given the shenanigans that the Tar Mothers are able to do and inflict on us, I can't just change these into gel, or I can't just change these into tar. Okay, I need to do something with this golem. And there's something which I did with the golem that can't possibly be right. But... yeah, that can't possibly be right. Wait, what am I doing? I can kill a golem to make a pile of rocks. The problem is if I do that, then the golem ends up being places not ideal for me. On the other hand, if I place you there, maybe I get something out of that. Doesn't seem too likely, but let's see. I don't know what rules of thumb exist for determining whether a particular blob of gel is cuttable. This one is not. Yeah, that's clearly not right. But is this one cuttable, this 15 here? Yes, that looks cuttable. Okay, so a 4x4 with one blob taken out is cuttable. It doesn't exactly help me determine where to place this golem, though. Like, if I kill you there, that would be all well and good, but then I couldn't get him out of the way. And there is no getting him stuck here while I'm off doing swappery. Very, very clearly, I need the golem alive. Wait a second. Okay, no, this might still be a thing. That might still be a thing. Problem is, I have trapped myself here on this island. So here is the thing that I was thinking. If I go like that and bust this up now. Okay, so I've done all of that, but now take a look at this. I can't do anything about this rock pile. So the puzzle becomes, what do I do about that golem? The fact that the golem starts here doesn't help me, because the golem has to come out through here. Which just means that my opening moves here are correct. As far as I can tell. I don't as yet see a benefit. I don't as yet see a benefit to coming in this way and luring a golem around here-ish and then going off and doing this and going this way. Like, the thing that I would love to do is get a golem stuck here or here. This tile is the only one that'll let me get a golem stuck without... well, the only corner tile that'll let me get a golem stuck while also being able to hit these. If I could place a golem here, that would be useful to me. Or here, probably. The problem is, that first requires me to lure a golem into this area. And I can't really do that with the level geometry. Like, the furthest left I can place it is here. And that's just not good enough. Maybe if I placed the golem there. Maybe if I got the golem stuck there, but he wouldn't stay stuck. Like, here's what I'm thinking. Right? That does not get you actually stuck, because you're just gonna come out and cause troubles over there. I'm pretty sure I only want this growing once. So yeah, that's the question. Where the heck do I trap this golem? Because I can trap him there, no problem, but that didn't help me at all. I can't move him further. I can't move him further west, like, at all, without Beefro dying. I can't move him further east without him getting stuck, unstuck. In order for me to lure him into this corridor, he would have to be like in one of these tiles, and I would have to be above him with my sword pointing south. But I don't think I can arrange to get him stuck down here while I reorient myself, because this is just a 45-degree slope. Maybe if I do that, but no, you're not gonna stay there. I can make you stay there, though. Does this accomplish anything? Also, I need to, whoops. very much not what I wanted. This is good. No, it's not. Oh, it's not a 4x4, it's a 5x5. That's what's cuttable. Alright, let's see if I can cut this now. Sure looks that way. Okay, puzzle solved.
Clear.
536. 14th place and exit level. 275 is the record. Alright, now where the heck is the exit? It's not there. That's the exit. 3 south. Man, that long just for 2 rooms, though. On to the 5th level.
With all the gel mothers destroyed on the prior level, Bethro approached the first steps of the new staircase, but was overcome by a tremendously strong smell drifting in from below. The citrus smell was so strong, Bethro had to spend a minute gagging,
I
leaning
like citrus.
against the wall of the stairwell as the smell stung his nose and his eyes. Finally, Bethro was able to collect himself and force himself to walk downstairs, steadily getting closer to the bottom. It was a long walk.
Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemons, you see.
Great Crocus, what happened here? Who could possibly need this much gel?
Okay, now things are getting interesting. Quarry tunnel dripping noises recording, courtesy of Ekpeak. Just checking these gel corners to make sure none of them are secretly cuttable. Doesn't look like it. That's no good. Need to be a bit faster than that. It's kind of hard to gain ground against a brain wobble, though. I need to gain more ground than that. That's a good start. Actually, it'd be awfully nice if I could get all these guys stuck. Yeah, I'm out of places to gain ground here. Wait a second. Something like that, but somehow letting the gel babies catch up to me in the Wubba, not. I don't think that's doable. there any way I can salvage this? I don't know if there is. That's as much as I can get out of that, I think. That's no good. I don't think this is working. No. There we go. That did the trick. 372. 14th place isn't too bad, I think. 194 is the record. Okay, how big of a place are we looking at? Also, check the, I don't think any of these are common. No.
Another top technician. Anybody even in charge here? Everybody's doing small things. Who's doing the big things? Things that actually matter.
Could you elaborate?
Okay, started. Who put all this gel here?
Well, if you've made it this far, it's probably alright to tell you. This entire level full of gel is the result of the Gel Resurrection Committee's actions. The committee is currently made of just 3 members. The third is myself, 16th TARP Technician. The second is 20th Strategist. And the first is 18th Archivist.
Half, huh?
I put all this gel here, but it was only thanks to the other 2 members that I was able to obtain all the necessary materials to grow all this gel.
That's great. I think you're exactly the tar technician I'm looking for. I'm here on behalf of First Defense Coordinator. I need your help with the construction project.
Yes. I hear things, and I have heard of your quest. Unfortunately, I don't have the original gel recipe. 18th Archivist has it. He's behind the blue gate to the east, and he's been actively monitoring your program.
Oh wait,
Well,
18th Archivist isn't
When
Half,
I get to him.
that's the 18th
Probably.
Architect.
great. Then I'll smash these puzzles and get to our meeting.
Is this the final floor then? Let's see, how big of a place are we looking at here? Looks like 6. Okay. Alright, we have a fire trap here. A disarm token? Force arrows, which are turned on by this. Which also turns on the fire trap. Invisibility potion. Okay. Why a disarm token? Oh, I think I know why. Okay, when I get disarmed, so do all the mimics. What was that sound? I don't know what that sound was. Yeah. Oh, okay. I do have a little bit of leeway then. So I want something like that. I already screwed up. Wait, I don't think I need to overcomplicate this. Yeah, I don't need to overcomplicate this. Check this out. Okay, so from here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I was one off. That's what I want.
Clear.
That wasn't so hard. 60. 4th place tie. Note, removes ore mites. What? Huh. Oh, this is neat. Okay, let's start. Whoops. Let's see here. There's only, whoops, one place for this guy, though. This is weird, but I can also just break it myself, maybe. Some of these are, oops, very obvious where they need to go. Hang on. This is an odd one. Yeah, these two have to be used here, I think. I'm trying to think of maybe a way I could potentially weasel out of cutting these. Because, yeah, the way I'm looking at this, it almost looks like I need 3 guys facing up and left. And I don't get that. And this guy facing down is a thing. Kinda wish I could turn you, buddy. I don't know where I'm gonna put him. Because, check out what I got so far. And a lot of this looks cuttable, but this is not safely cuttable. That's the puzzle here. Okay, that guy is there now. Maybe I have something. If I have somebody's sword facing here like that, and somebody else's sword facing here like that, that actually helps a lot. Okay, let's start with those guys, and then try and figure out what the deal is with this blob. Check it out. It has like carpet. Oh, that's not cuttable. Okay, so that isn't cuttable the way I cut it. But can I salvage it just with this? No. So what do I do about this guy? I know what I can do about this guy. This guy's position is wrong. Oops. I just need somebody going like that. Which means that this guy's attention can now be placed there. And I'm out of decoys, so I just gotta hope it was not correct. Wait, why did I think I needed a guy there? I don't need a guy there. But does this help me at all? Not really. I do think I need a guy there. I don't think any amount of trickery will save me. But this guy should go here. Like, I need an entire set of 4, I think. Oops. Now then. Yeah, that doesn't save me. What would help me there? What would help me there? Oh, I think... Well, I think I have something. Oops. I think that'll help me. Other question is this guy. Definitely need 2 guys facing like that. I do think I went around these 8 tiles in the correct order. Because as far as I can tell, I do need 2 guys facing northwest. The trick really is how do I position that guy to help me out. That does not help me. But this does help me. Let's see what I could do with this guy. Like, if I swapped this one for one facing northeast and on this tile, it would work just as well. But I need one, I need a northwest one here and here. And I don't get that with this layout. I'm pretty sure this is the only way I can use that one, and I have to have one of them. This doesn't help. This helps here, but then there's no way to move him. So yeah, the problem is these two, or figuring out a way to break this, but... like, nobody's sword will even reach in here, except the guy facing that way. And that doesn't help me. It especially doesn't help because then I can't leave. So yeah, the problem is these two. Oh, wait a second. I just realized what this middle tile is for. That is actually really easy to miss. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so one there. Hang on. Oops. Two. But that's not right. There we go. Now we got three facing that way. Does that help? I don't know if that does help. Oh, let's find out. Actually, I think it does help. Oh yeah, I should have added one to the stealth counter. Oops. Let's fix that now. Okay, so I think I did what I needed to do. I just placed one there and one here like before. And that'll do everything I need it to. Check it out. Excellent. 593, 15th place. Okay. Not even that far off. Alright, what we got here? I don't know. What do we got here? I need to cut a particular shape into the gel such that what? Well, such that all the creatures die. Or all the rattlesnakes die. Good luck with that. Especially while the gel mother's alive. Okay, these guys need to get off of their panels. These guys need to advance exactly one tile. So wait, what happens if I just clear all of the gel? Can that be done? There we go. Now, was this even the right call? No. But it was almost the right call. Okay, that looks better. Okay, that didn't quite work. There we go. Yes! $836, 21st place. Alright, time for some water and some bio. I'm feeling good. Alright, 3 puzzles left. Let's go. Alright. Jelly bean manipulations while invisible. with... Okay. Okay. Now, also, I need to rearrange some of these guys. And all of these guys are going to be hard to manage. Because they're all on the inside here. This one absolutely has to be held down. Along with these two, but then I have a choice between this one or this one. I only have so many opportunities to break line of sight, too. So, part of the puzzle is which 4 of these do I hold down? I've already got 3 of them. This, and this all need to be held down. Now, how do I make this work? Oops. Okay, that's certainly not it. I guess I didn't realize I would do that. Also, one of them is trapped down there now, and that's not great. Ah, wait, no. I messed that up. No! It's also not what I wanted. This won't do. Maybe I can make this work. There we go. Okay. Now, we need to lure you from there to there. Excellent. Two puzzles left. 408. 21st place. Rapscuttle got first place. Alright, let's see here. I have a Seep to kill? How would I kill that guy? What turns this force arrow off? Can't. Oh, I just need to close the door. Duh. Yeah. Okay, I need to cut a path through the gel. Alright, step one, cut a path through the gel without, cut a path to each of these orbs without damaging any of the cracked walls. Well, there are a couple I can hit, but I'd prefer not to. For example, I'm stuck there now. Could I have salvaged that at all? I don't know. I can do that, but I can't go any further. not sure this helps. I don't think it helps. Okay, that's definitely not correct. None of that helps. I don't think I like this one. Yeah, that doesn't help at all. That helped a lot. Now what? Okay. Did that help? That definitely doesn't help. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this puzzle. Wait, what's with the briars? That's a good question. What's with the briars? Alright, well, let's not worry about actually clearing the room. Let's just see what the deal is with these briars. I want to see whether or not... Oops. Growing briars can help me with this tar at all. Gel, not tar. It does kill tar, okay. kills Tar very well, actually. So all I really need to do is somehow cut a path to each of the orbs. That doesn't even help me. This helps. But it doesn't help me get in there. Crap. Now I can't get there without breaking a wall. Oops. That doesn't help me. Okay, I like this so far. Anymore. How do I salvage this? Like that. That didn't even help. Must have done something completely wrong here. There's no way that's right. Shoot, now I gotta start from here again. Does that accomplish anything? Okay. I don't think that helped. One left. This doesn't help. How am I cutting light here? I want to be cutting dark. Okay, well, that means I super screwed up somewhere. But maybe it's salvageable. Ugh, not from there it isn't. Ooh! Here we go. Now I can cut dark, and I still have a path too. Excellent! It should clean up everything else that needs to be cleaned up. Excellent. $679. Ninth place. Cool. Alright, last puzzle. Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be a thing, isn't it? I only have one mirror. Oh, I don't like this. And they... Okay. As long as I make sure no gel babies are made, I think in areas that get closed off, I think we'll be fine. Might have been a bad call placing a mirror here. I need to start doing something. Oh, and that's exactly what I didn't want happening, by the way. Oh, that's no good. No, I screwed this up entirely. Okay. And that one's inaccessible now. Crap. There. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. That's not good. Shouldn't have broken the mirror. Okay, I think... No. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yes, that does what I want. Now I wait, I wait. I wait a little bit more. Perfect. Yes, that'll do that. This does exactly what I want. Perfect. 863. 14th place, exit level. 626 is a tie for first score. Alright, what's all this? Is there in fact a secret room somewhere around here? Yes. Oh look, it's the Architects Association symbol. And I gotta cut it. That's already incorrect. So is that. There aren't any mothers here. So how do I do with all this? Oh wait, no, this isn't a clearable room. I just had to find it. Ah, we're not done.
Hey, wait, it's you, a hint guy. I didn't see any of you through this whole level.
That's because I was all of them. But my real name is 20th Strategist, the second member of the Gel Resurrection Committee. I was observing and relaying your progress the entire time, but I wanted you to succeed.
So, is this the last room? Can I be done after this?
Affirmative. You will have demonstrated
Alright, final puzzle, here we go.
Of the nature of all forms of gel. This will be sufficient for membership in the brand new Gel Authority. Once you have defeated this final challenge, of course.
Alright, what have we here? Final required puzzle. That didn't help me. What does this guy control? Oh, it controls that. Okay. Do I even need all these guys alive? Wait. Oh. Oh, I get it. Okay.
Hey, wait, it's you, Hit Guard. I didn't see any of you through this whole level.
That's because I was all of them, but my real name is 20th Strategist, the second member of the Gel Resurrection Committee. I was observing and relaying your progress the entire time, but I wanted you to succeed.
So, is this the last room? Can I be done after this?
Affirmative. You will have demonstrated intense study and understanding of the nature of all forms of gel. This will be sufficient for membership in the brand new Gel Authority, once you have defeated this final challenge, of course.
That's no good. Alright, how are we gonna do this? Okay, while I am here, they move horizontally, or they prefer to move vertically. But the moment I do that, they prefer to move horizontally. And that's just no good. Wait a second. No. Well, that sure doesn't work. I just need all these guys to be parked on a tile for one integer turn.
Hey.
I'm not sure how I would accomplish that, considering where everyone has to be. These tunnels sure aren't going to help. I can't get through them. Okay, seems to me like... Well, no. No, I don't know what the deal is. If I wanted any of them to get stuck, that would have to be their starting position. Even with a speed potion, I can't go around pushing everybody onto one of these tiles. Yeah, but having 5 brains doesn't really help me when now I have to stay in this column until I can rotate the arrow token. Because you just go like that, and I can't stop you from going like that. Like, I could probably park as many as 2 gel babies on the on the tiles, but I need 4. If I double up on brains like this, I guess that would be something, wouldn't it? Like that. Oops. That's as close to this as I can get, and that didn't work. There we go. I think I can kill him all now.
Good. It is finished.
Not good. I can't get out now. Shoot, I need my sword. Also, this was the worst possible, that was the worst possible gel maybe they would. Well, no, because...
Good. It is finished.
How do I get out? I think having a sword would keep a plate from being pressed. Because I can't get the guy onto here without pushing him. His brain enemies just don't move like that. Which means I need to flip my solution left to right at the very least. That doesn't help at all. Oh wait, I need to kill the eye. No, I can't kill the eye first. Like that's the one thing I can't do. Do I need to flip this vertically too? I think so. Actually, the way this is right now, this is fine. That's how it's done. Now that he's in there, he won't move while I get the sword. I can just do that.
Good. It is finished.
293. 9th place. 180 is the record, huh? There's the master wall.
Bithro walked down one final set of stairs. He realized that whatever was waiting for him at the end used to be at the top of the complex, before the turning. What would be built on top of a lodge?
Yeah.
Welcome, First Slayer. This is the gel recipe.
All of this?
All of this.
I see.
Big recipe. No wonder it was forbidden.
So you already know why I'm here.
Correct. You're here to obtain the gel recipe, so you can manufacture gel on site, so your tunnel construction team can save the people of Athelna, a continent that no longer exists, but a people who still do.
Right. Are you going to help me or not?
Absolutely. Our plans are in harmony. You will of course be wondering whether you can trust our operation. You may have made friends with individual Empire citizens, with individual archivists, but since you already know of the faction of archivists who want to kill the surfacers so as to reduce the incoming flow of data, it is hypothetically possible that I am a member of this faction. And yet I am exactly the person whose help you need.
Get to the point. I'm in a hurry.
Surely the fact that I went to all this trouble to preserve forbidden knowledge is a point in my favor.
I'm not interested in a big philosophical debate about whether you can prove you're a nice guy or not. All I want to know is if your group is willing to come with me to First Coordinator's office so we can get this job done.
Well, yes, but do you really want to leave it at that?
Yes, really. That's it. What do we need to bring with us?
I have the entire recipe, that is, this entire library, memorized.
Wow.
I can arrange for the delivery of all the necessary equipment.
And I will be capable of obtaining the raw materials and instructing workers as to the use of the equipment.
So we can leave right now.
Not yet. We have arrived at your so-called point. There must be an exchange. We will assist you with your project, and in return, you will agree to become part of the Gel Authority.
What does that mean?
In practice, it means that you will be responsible for assisting us with all of our activities, the preservation of all gel-related knowledge, the synthesis and discovery of new gel knowledge, and the production and
Beefro
distribution
kind of already has a
gel
job, though.
throughout the 8.
That last one sounds pretty questionable, which is why you put it last.
I assure you, we are not trying to flood the entire world with gel, or kill large numbers of surfacers with it. That would be counterproductive.
We simply want to place gel in so many disparate locations across the 8 that all Imperial citizens and all surfacers will know about gel and be easily able to access some within a short amount of time.
In short, to make gel's existence completely undeniable and non-destroyable. To make gel unforbidden in sheer practice. If you worked for us, we would not interfere with your life often, just give you missions once every few months. You would be well compensated, of course.
That still sounds like you'd be telling me to do a lot of strange stuff. There's true purposes I wouldn't know anything about.
How is that any different than your life has been so far? Many people, both of the Empire and the surfacers, have lives such as these.
I just said I don't want to get in a philosophical debate. Sure, I've taken orders from all types of people, but it's always been so I can get work done on the things I really care about.
So it has always been with us. We have retired from our current jobs in order to restore Gel's status. And we accept that this effort will likely take our entire lives to run to completion. It will probably even outlast ourselves.
So you're trying to say that we're the same kind of people, and that's why I can trust your group.
An inelegant way of putting it, but yes.
The whole reason you even set up this meeting is that you need me just as much as I need you. So I hope you won't mind if I add on just one small request before I say yes. I want you to tell me why the forbidden gel was forbidden, so I know what exactly you all are working with.
Allow me. Gel was forbidden because it contains within it a concept anathema to the Empire of Knowledge. It combines humor, secrecy, and subversiveness. When Gel was first designed as a successor to Tar, it was seen as a great complementary tool for all Tar stuff purposes. It was deployed far and wide, and all
Sideways map of the 8th.
But about 5 years after first deployment, reports arrived at the Tar Authority that some batches were completely breaking down and decohering uselessly thin puddles on the floor. After many independent investigations, it turned out that this happened with all gel everywhere in the world. If any gel made contact with spoozlefish secretions, not only would the gel decohere, but it would start laughing.
What?
The Tar Authority, of course, exposed tar to the spoozlefish, and tar remained in its form. Obviously, this feature was deliberately introduced into the gel design at some point. The Tar Authority prepared all kinds of inquisitions, but could not root out who was responsible for this recipe change. It also investigated the entire code and couldn't find any way to get rid of this behavior. It was as though this aberrant nonsense was thoroughly coupled with the structure of gel itself.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
All mathematical description of what gel should be. So, because gel had this insecure backdoor access built into it, gel was potentially embarrassing to the Empire. And it represented a mystery of one unknown person outsmarting entire committees. They had no choice but to forbid it. The Tar Authority had to take out all gel-based defenses, destroy them, and replace them with new designs. It was a giant mess. It consumed all of the Empire's attention for several years.
So now you know the terrible secret of gel.
That is an overly complicated, ridiculous, and bumbling story. I have no choice but to believe it. Right. And now spoozlefish are even more widespread than they were hundreds of years ago. Or at least, they were before the turning. Wonder what happened to them now. Anyway, I guess we have a deal. Better that we work together than just make enemies for no good reason. Let's go.
What's on this scroll? Okay. You guys have anything else to say? No. Mastery! Bithro walked back up the stairs, his strange new allies in tow. He managed to stumble into some helpful alliances along his journey, but it was nice to actually be personally sought out for homes. Maybe he was finally starting to build up a reputation for getting the job done. He hadn't really made much progress up the ladder at the Smite Masters Guild back in the day, but now that turning had upheaved everything, there were a lot of impromptu projects going on, much like the archivists, the patrons, and his own work with first chemists and jokes. It was good, he realized, to make friends in high places, but he'd still have to be careful. If anybody from the guild ever found out that he was working with the people in charge of making tar stuff of any kind, he'd definitely be run out of town. Run out of whatever new town they end up building when he made it to the new surface. Rebuilding civilization. Nice ring to it. It's going to be a very busy time ahead. Alright, and now we restore to here. And I guess we check out what's behind the master wall.
Bithro walked down the stairs, his hand leaning on the wall for support. It got dimmer and darker as he descended. As he reached the foot of the stairs and rounded a bend, it was far too dark to see. While adjusting his eyes to the darkness, Bithro felt around on the wall some more, and discovered a strange rectangular object at one of his fingertips. Fearing a trap, he suddenly pulled back with a jerk. The rectangle moved upward, and suddenly, the entire room was bathed in bright light. Bithro shielded his eyes from the light, and saw nothing unusual, just a series of hallways. Must be another of those bizarre Empire inventions.
Here we are. New puzzles! Variants of old puzzles. Artistic stuff. Sweet reward! Open your mind. Sit back and relax. Imageography. In-engine and vocal musings.
Whoa. What's all this here?
You've never seen a janitor's closet before, Ice Guy?
Of course I have. But what's this stuff?
Well, we have a universal solvent, an anionic detergent, a negative pressure generator, and boots of elemental protection.
Phew. That's some powerful equipment.
Thankfully, I am in charge of it, so you don't have to worry about it falling into the wrong hands.
Good work. Carry on now.
Can't quite make out what that says. War and peace. Sir Reginald? Treacle stew! Escape of the gel, baby. Okay. Where's the moon? Where's the stars? I've been lied to. To the prior sketches as reference, Arthur Edgar Ramos started producing his Soul's cover art. Yeah, that's pretty abstract, alright. Mount Hope Reservoir. There's a Mount Hope in New Jersey. Slash Pack. By Yosuke Mai, also known as Scissors. think we've had enough puzzling for tonight. Ooh, this is pretty. I'm guessing these are all pictures that Chaco took himself. Looks like I missed a branch over this way. Let's see. Yes, looks like I got everything in this section.
Whoa. What's all...
It's all weird on the minimap. I guess that's just the color that obstacles are.
Let us cleanse this place.
Go, stalwarts, go!
Good idea. I'd better step on that checkpoint too.
Bring it though.
That was cute. Oops. This room isn't scoreable. Probably. It is. Why is this room scoreable? That's silly. Hang on.
Let us cleanse this place.
Good idea. I'd better step on that checkpoint too.
Bring it though.
There you go, first place tie. Why is that room scoreable?
The gel has frozen solid. A trifling success.
Oops. Yeah, okay. It's just nothing going on here. Warning, really old tar stuff. Look at these guys! Architects Edition tar, baby. Oh, that's adorable. Mud and gel are not even in Architect's Edition. So this is new graphics. Very green. Oops. Whoops! Wrong button. Graphics lovingly adapted from Architect's Edition. DROD 1.0 graphics. Ninth place, yay!
I agree. We're not trying to flood the entire world with gel.
Hi, I'm First Slayer. I'm here to take care of the roach problem.
Oh, absolutely. It's in this back room at the bottom of these stairs. Feel free to make use of our facility and go downstairs when you're ready.
Upstairs when you're ready. Upstairs when you're ready.
No, these aren't even real stairs. Tenth place. Wow. Here's a buy now traditional staircase lets you get 100% map completion. Yay! This chamber is extremely non-canon. Nope, doesn't exist. Even in universe, this isn't real. What are you gonna believe? Your eyes are this piece of paper. I didn't even notice an NPC. I probably should have. Fun fact, I originally planned it for there to be an Easter egg where if you bumped into the swing set, it would swing back on one turn, and the next turn it would swing forward and kill Beethro with its impact. That would make for a deadlier room of death. I figured it would be a lot of work for a joke that didn't have much actual payoff. Maybe I'll revisit the idea a year from now when the swing fades from recent memory. That'll show him. Here's a joke I had originally planned for level 2, twice north, once west, and do speed potions in Beethro's voice. However, totally, I don't think it really fit with the room, and it was a bit of a distraction for what was meant to be a free hint or warning about the room. It doesn't really fit when you think about it. The sounds the players hears are as the player character perceives them, so if Beethro's actions, voice are sped up, and so is his hearing. Thus he should hear himself the same way as always. However, I may as well show you the clip that was unclear. Just be forewarned that it's non-canon!
Gel babies can make my job lot easier.
Note, this also implies 20th strategist knows how to speak really quickly to compensate for speed potion-induced distortion. He knows many things. Have I gotten everything on this in this area? I guess so. Alright, let's see how much stuff there is to do here. I probably should have expected there to be post-mastery stuff, but I didn't, for some reason. Well, variant of level 2, 2S, they got tweaked into the current version. Tougher variant of level 4, 1 south, 1 note. If an entity crushes a keg into an obstacle, it blows up immediately as part of their turn. But if a hot tile roasts the keg blows up at the end of the turn. Ugh. Variant of level 2, 1 south, 1 west, and 3 south, 1 west. The tar baby is pre-placed, so it will always move before any gel babies spawn by cutting gel. Fun fact, level 12.5 used to be known as level 75.5 when the hold was first built. I made the name slightly less ridiculous, but still a bit ridiculous for the actual Smite Master selection. It's been a while, but I believe the jump in levels was inspired by the hold Caverns of Animus proceeding from thrice down to 12 down. As well as just how high the ceiling of such a cavernous space full of gel would be. Originally ideated for level 75.5, this room doesn't really thematically fit in with any of the others, and relies on thin ice, an element not seen in any previous room, so I decided to put it here. Of course, this room is based off another room from my entry to Elemental Showcase 5.0, Frosty Cabin. Candidate for level 2, 1 south, among others that didn't make the cut here. Probably too simple for the main hold. I couldn't figure out any way to make this tougher without making it overly complicated, but I suppose it's still interesting. Formerly 75.5 level, 2 south, 1 east. This room is difficult and lengthy. Plan ahead, make sure what you're trying to do is possible before you try it. As such, it is unrequired for this level. The old pile of skulls or something there. The candidate for somewhere in level 4 was going to play this somewhere near the entrance, but it has a bit too much waiting to be an early room, and is probably too easy to be a late room. Nasty room that used to be a candidate for 4th level 2 west, or possibly the final level, but decided it was probably too unwieldy. Still, it's an interesting optimization challenge. Have at it. Unrequired room. A potential candidate for level 4. Interesting close quarters with combat with gel babies, but probably a bit too specific and high maintenance to be an early room like I wanted. A cleanup and specific placement room that used to be in level 75.5, 1 south, twice east. This was eventually reworked into level 12.5, 2 south, 2 east. A shorter and more forgiving version. This room is much more strict and so is unrequired, so... We got 7 required puzzles and 3 optional. Not doing that tonight, that's for sure. Which means, well, I guess all of the canon content actually is finished, but... yeah, means this hold is going to go on for at least 1 more episode, probably 2. Oh well. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow afternoon, might end up doing Epic Battle Fantasy. I don't know. We'll see. Video games. It's this guy! Wow!